What's up? I'm Phil. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. I do need share. Oh, thank you. All right. Just, today we're gonna work on Firebase authentication. So hopefully you guys will learn something. I use Firebase all the time for all my projects. And it's really good because it's a time saver, right? And like it helps speed up your processes. And then if it gets big, like people say they don't use Firebase because it's going to be like expensive or whatever. But if it ever gets too big, you have to roll out your own authentication or fork up the money, right? But I mean, when you have that many users, you're probably, if you did it right, you're making enough money anyways. So, anyways, it's my 2 cents. Am I sharing the right thing? No, I'm not. Stop sharing. Allow for 1 month. Desktop 2. Share. All right, so today we're gonna build just a simple Firebase integration into a React app. I pushed some stuff here. So I'll just npm run dev. I'll just show you guys what we're gonna build. Let me see here. Close that. And you guys can always ask questions in my chat window here. Localhost 5173. And basically we have our Firebase app initiated inside of our main.tsx here. And then we have our app.tsx. And let's just look at it real quick. So we have two things. We have a sign up user and then a login. So right now I just have these static strings here. I'll just make test1 and then test1. So right now, if you look at my Firebase console, I don't have anyone in here yet. And wait, I'm gonna move this down here. Yeah. And then if I press sign up here, I'll get some kind of token and a new user will pop up into here. Test1 and test.test, get a user ID, and then I'll be able to log that guy in. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. And yeah, it'll be fun. Hold on. And this is our user that's coming in, and every time we log in or something, we'll be getting our authentication changing. All right, so let's get to it. Uh, turn this guy off. So the first thing you want to do is sign up for Firebase. I already did it. I'm gonna delete these users real quick. Delete account, delete account. And what you do is you just basically you go to Firebase console. Go to Firebase console, then you press create new project, and you just create one, and then you'll get this kind of what is it? Dashboard here. And then you press add app and then you add a web app or whatever, but I already added one. So I have this guy here. And if I look here, it gives me some kind of API key and stuff. And then you add that into your Firebase and it'll initialize it. And and then these are like all the services that Firebase provides. It provides something like Firestore, which is a NoSQL database. We can learn how to connect that later. But today we're going to focus on authentication. And you can do a bunch of stuff. There's like cloud functions. 1 second. Oh, crap. And we have a bunch of stuff we can do here. So we're going to do the authentication part. And then one thing you have to turn on is like you have to add a new provider and email password. And that'll be a little switch, but you turn that on and then whatever other ones you want to add, you can add here, like Google, Apple, or GitHub or whatever you want. And then there's also like other ones like creating a custom token. Like in Korea, we have So the big messaging service in Korea is Kakao Talk, and they have their own authentication laid out. So you create a custom token to log in later. But today we're going to focus on email password. And so create user with email and password and log in with email and password. We're going to do it with React Invite. So let's get started. Cool. So steps, you create your Firebase project, you create a web app, you get your keys, and then you turn on authentication. So let's get that going. So I have a little README if you guys pull. We're gonna do Firebase authentication. First step, get Firebase key, and then put in the environment file. And then you npm install Firebase, npm install.m, so you can use the environment variables. And then we'll go over create user with email and password and sign in with email and password. All right, so the first thing we'll do is npm byte, create byte at latest inside of this folder. So the way we read this command is npm create byte at latest. That's the newest version. And then the location of where you want it. So I want it in this folder, Firebase authentication. So I put a path of dot and then the template. So I'll use TypeScript, React TypeScript. I'll just press enter. And I'll just, oh crap. Let me just copy paste it, guys. So I'll remove existing files and continue. Then it created a whole different project for me. I'll re-add the README here. 1 second. Oh, still here. All right.
So can we make it a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. Just overwrite. All right. And then so at this point we'll have a full wait. Oh, I got an npm install. So npm install. And that's gonna install everything in the package.json, which is like the byte stuff. The dev dependencies. Just give that a second. And our node modules gets created. And npm run. And our command that we have is dev, and that's gonna run our project with Vite. So npm run dev. And then we have our local host. It says it's running on 5173. Last week we did a Vite project as well, all client. So we have a nice little counter app, and everything will be in the src folder. Just gonna delete everything here real quick. Export default function app. Return. Whoops. Div. Now we have hello world on our application. So now we need to kind of put the Firebase stuff inside, and we need packages. So the Firebase auth, I do not have any payment method or anything connected to here, so if I docs some API keys, just don't be a jerk. I'll share it with you guys anyways. Let's see here. So if I go here and I go to the one app and I go to the settings, basically tells me npm install Firebase, and these are my keys. So this is what I need right here. Npm install Firebase. So I know that we need 2 packages. So I'll npm install Firebase. Firebase is added. If I look at the package.json, you'll see that Firebase got added into our dependencies. And that's at version 10, 13.2. So if you ever look at the documentation, it'll be up to date probably. All right, now I do need the environment variables. So I'll npm install .m minus d. The minus d, capital D, is a flag for dev dependency. So that is like our development dependencies for like when we're building. Other way you do it is like double slash, I think dev. We used to use this. All right, so now you'll see .env here. Cool. So now let's figure out how to use that. I'm gonna close some tabs. Command W, Command W, Command W. I already set this up here, so I'm just gonna use this one. And inside of here, I'll make a new file called .env. I'll add these guys. And now we need to kind of connect our app to Firebase. I'm gonna do it inside of the main.tsx. Oh, that's in the complete. So I'm gonna do it inside of the wait, why do I keep opening complete? Firebase auth. And let me open this guy. And I'll have to add a .m file. Oh, it's already in here. All right. Now that's where my .env is. And I'm gonna just initiate in the Firebase. Wait, why do I keep opening this one? All right, main.tsx. There we go. Now let's console.log init Firebase here. And I'll rerun my project. Where's that guy? Whoops. Dev. So press enter. I'll see my function going called init Firebase here. So now we need to figure out how to use those environment variables, right? And I think like in other projects, you could do like, I think it's just like const.m equals require.m.config, or you just run this on the top of the file, or I think import.m from.m, and then you run.m.m.config, I think, and then we should have like access to process.m file variables. Let's just check that. Oh, process is not defined. Okay. Well, guess you cannot do it the old-fashioned way. So let's just refresh. All right. But this is not the way to do it in Vite. So usually you do it like this inside of Node.js or any other project, but we'll do it the Vite way and we'll look it up. Vite use environment variables. Environment variables. So you use it with the import meta env. So let's check how this is, see if that works. Console.log import meta.env. Import meta.env. Let's see if we get a list of all the environment variables that we have. So we have some stuff here. Base URL dev mode prod SSR. Let's see the prototype. All right, cool. Thanks. Can you here just click that? Can you fill me in with a quick summary of what we're building so I can follow along? Yes. So we're building just a simple React app with a Firebase authentication. So we're gonna go over let me see here. Create user with email and password and sign in with email and password. And we're gonna stick it into the Firebase Authentication SDK. Is that cool? All right, amazing. All right, so I think we're at the environment variable that I wanted to use. And where's the .m file anyways? Do you see the .m file in here? Oh no, I never put it
I
in.
think you put it in the complete by accident.
All right,
All good.
there we are. Put it in here. And then if we refresh. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this over here. All right, so we see our environment variables here. So what we're going to need to do is kind of initiate it. So let's look at the Firebase docs. So you make the config and then you run initialize app. So let's do import initialize app from Firebase app. Let's call the const Firebase config equals, and then first thing we're gonna need is API key. It's gonna keep these empty. Just gonna copy these keys here. Auth domain. They're all strings. Project ID. Storage bucket, and messaging sender ID and app ID. Now let's go back in the environment. Let's get these variables. Do it with. So import meta.m.byte. Holy shit. Byte API key. Wait.
Those are long names.
Let's just copy. Let's use our copy paste. There we go. And then just match in here. All right, cool. And then we can just do const app equals, or Firebase app equals initialize app. And then we'll just pass in our Firebase config. We'll just console.log Firebase app equals Firebase app. And then we'll just export Firebase app from here. If we ever need it, so we don't need to initialize it again. So just make sure everything's connected now. So now we see a log Firebase app implementation, and we have all our options like our API key, Firebase auth. So everything's connected. So that's how you initialize the Firebase in our project. I like to do it in like the root of the project. Hold on, I gotta call. All right, so now everything is initialized here. So now we have to make it like a small little login screen or something. That'll be I think that's what we need to do. So app, I'll just do everything in app.tsx. We'll set up React Router if we have time at the end. And context. So let's do something like let's see what CSS we have inside of here already. Index.css. Do we have anything? Let's do setup, tailwind. You know what? I like Daisy UI. Setup Daisy UI byte. So install Daisy UI as a Tailwind CSS plugin. Hold on, React. Just follow. Let's follow some cool stuff. So add Daisy UI to config, Tailwind plugin. Let's see React byte. All right. I don't need to. All right, so maybe we just do like this. Not the greatest at CSS. So I did do a bunch of CSS last night though. I finished that thing. I finished the chatbot of CSS UI yesterday. I was up late.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. And then it says add install. So I think we first need to install Tailwind. So let's do that first. Vite Tailwind React setup. Let's go here. Install Tailwind CSS with Vite. Blah 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 blah. Create template app. So we jumped the gun a little bit, or we did not. Oh, we did jump the gun a little bit, but it's okay. CD my project npm install. Let's just copy paste these guys. And that init function will create the Tailwind config that we need to set the plugin for Daisy UI and stuff. We'll install that guy. Let's make sure these guys went into the package JSON. This is totally on the fly. I did not expect that I would do the Tailwind stuff, but let's go. And then let's run the npx Tailwind init -p. So now the Tailwind config stuff came into our project right here. So it said created Tailwind CSS config, Tailwind config.js, created post CSS config.js. So let's look at that. And that is true. And then configure the template paths, add the points to all your template files in Tailwind config. So let's just copy these guys. Yeah. And Tailwind config inside of the content. Just add these guys. Oop. Let me just delete content here, just to add ours. So it's going to be applied to index.html and everything inside src with a JS, TS, JSX or TSX. What do they call these? Extension? Yeah, file extension. And then add the Tailwind directives to your CSS. Let's just add these guys right there inside the index.css. There we go. All right, well, that's what it says to do. At the src index.js, yes. And then let's try them out. Npm run dev. And then let's see if this works here. So go close these guys. App.tsx inside of Firebase Authentication and hello world. And we see that if Tailwind is inside, as it created some kind of underline, font bold, text 3XL. And then let's add this inside of our README so you guys don't get lost. Oh, not this one. Install Tailwind, this one. So get this guy and let's do. We need these guys. And for here, let's just set up Tailwind. Just add a little link to here. Oh, then next we'll do Daisy UI. Oh, we already installed this. We just need to set it up. All right, there we go. And then we'll just bring this guide into setup Daisy. We're just installing some like styling for our app because maybe I was just gonna have it be bare bones, just like two inputs, but maybe this will be a little bit more visual. But Tailwind is really good. Tailwind is awesome. I started on Bootstrap, but I transitioned over to Tailwind. All right. Let's actually make these guys a little bit smaller. Maybe like, yeah. And I'll put a checkpoint here.
Ian's
It's down.
going.
Hmm?
Ian, he has to go, I think.
Oh, okay. Watch. Okay. I'll see you
Thank you,
next
bro.
time. We're just a little cross-legged here. All right. And we'll just require this Daisy UI instead of the Tailwind config, wherever it is. here. So inside the plugins, we just require Daisy UI. I think that's all we need to do. So now, if we git status, add, git commit, one, init, byte react proj 2, install Firebase 3, add tailwind, it's push. So let's check something. Let's go to lessons. Lesson 4. Firebase auth. All right, this is how our readme will look. Okay, header 4 is fine. All right, cool. So finish what we started. So we set up our React, our Daisy UI. So now we need to add some kind of login. So I'm just gonna go to data input, text input. There should be some kind of form here that I can use. Type here. Text input. Okay, this sounds okay. I'll just copy that one. And we'll just make we're just gonna do it all in here. Fonts, login page, login screen, login form. Let's call it login. Whatever. Let's put it on the bottom. Fonts, login equals return. Just wrap div. Because we're only allowed to like return one parent element the outside. And then we'll see what the login looks like here. Hopefully it doesn't look bad. Oh, gotta turn on the server.
Looks great, dude. I like the underline on the hello world.
Amazing, right? Okay, so we have a login. We have a nice little login
Dude, there
thing
you go.
here.
Look at that. Thing's amazing.
Yeah. All right, let's get rid of the search though. We don't need the search. We need email, and then we'll just put the password twice. But I feel like we could put some kind of container over it. Where is the layout? Layout. Let me see here. I thought we had forms. Here, you know what? Daisy UI login form example. There we are. Lara info. Amazing. That looks great. Great. Let's copy paste this here.
You guys understand everything so far?
All right, cool. Looks a lot better. Right?
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, I like it too. I like
Purple's
it.
my favorite color, anyways.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
All right, that's cool for you. It's good. All right, so we need to make a sign up button on the bottom left here. But the age-old question, how do you center a div?
So many ways, dude.
Yeah, well, let's just see if this is flexing on the whole thing real quick. Border, color, black. All right, so that's not taking up the whole thing. So we need one that's taking up the whole thing, right? So we need one container. And I think in Daisy UI you have, or Tailwind, you have something called a class that's container that does this for you. So let's check if that works. But and then we'll add this, our best UI debugger tool, the border. Oh, oh, and then I forgot to add the class name. Contain. That didn't do anything. Flex.
Trial and error, dude. CSS.
Please. All right. Height 100 VH is view. Wait, it's 100 VH, right? Width 100 VH. It's getting there. Wait, this 100%. All right, that's not working. All right, VH. And then we can do
I
something
think you have
like,
to do VW for width.
oh, view width. Okay. Oh, view. You're right. You're right. All right. Well, this is good. This is as good as we're gonna get. All right. All right. Well, it looks good enough, dude.
Yeah, it
No?
looks good. No,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
you know, this is good. This is like the new user experience. You know, people like things on the left side because everyone's using their phone with their thumbs on the left side. Maybe. Of
It's responsive, right?
course. I mean, well,
Tailwind. Oh yeah.
see?
See, it's 100 view width when you do that.
Just wait, isn't it viewport? Isn't there something called viewport?
I don't know, bro.
Whatever. Like, I think it's fine.
It's good. It's
Whatever.
good.
It's good.
If you take away the border width,
Yeah.
like,
If you guys like do want to do some styling, you know what? Actually, this is a great opportunity for you to style and share in the Discord. You know,
amazing.
I'll do bare bones. It's on purpose. It's on purpose, Mini. You know, the bare bones um styling so other people can contribute. You know what I mean?
Open source project, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. Anyways, it looks fine.
Yes.
But I'm gonna change this to view height and view width. I knew that there was something called viewport, but never mind. I'm not gonna bore you guys with this anymore. So let's make a button called sign up as well. There, sign up, and then this could be a button sec.
Oh, bunch of people just joined.
Really?
Yeah, 3 more. Welcome, welcome.
Like where do you see that people join? Dude, I don't even know.
In the participants. You
On the
click on it.
participants?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Welcome, guys.
thank you for being here.
Yes. If you have any questions, because like we're in the middle of this,
Oh,
let us
dude,
know.
Sardar's here, my
Yeah.
homie,
Yeah.
a boss.
There you go.
Definitely. Yeah, we used to work together.
Phil's creating this amazing sign up UI right now, dude. It's beautiful. Look at it. It's pink,
Easy, right?
purple.
We'll call it what should we call it? Anyone have a name suggestion?
Sheesh.
All right, it's fine. All right. How do we do this? Like I think MR is MR2. So they're not like next to each other, margin right. And so now we have a login button and a sign up button. So we have a Firebase authentication. So let's think real quick. So when I press sign up, right? Oh, it's in a form. Fucking hate forms. Oh, sorry about the language. I'm gonna put it in div. Okay, so these don't when buttons are in forms, they automatically have like a submit form kind of event, but I don't like that for now. So when it presses sign up, I should pop up a confirm password type of thing, right? Yeah, and then this forgot password thing should go away on the sign up form, right? Yeah, so let's handle that logic here. Let's do import use state from React. And then we'll have some kind of thing here called like const is sign up, set is sign up equals use state. That's going to be a Boolean. It's going to be at false at first. Then let's see this div, that's the password. This one's going to be called confirm password. And then actually, let's not call this login screen because we're going to repurpose it for both. I'm going to call it auth screen. Now, config password. No, confirm. All right, there we go. Confirm password. Enter. Confirm. Whoops, why am I having typos? All right, confirm password in there. So we basically don't want to show this guy. If we only want to show him if sign up is true, right? So the double ampersand will only show it if it's a truthy value. So, and then when you press sign up, on click, we should set a sign up to true. Press this, the confirm password will pop up, and then if I press it again, it should shoot off the create user. And then if I go back, if I press login and it's on the sign, if sign up is true, it should take away the confirm password. All right, let's put that logic into place. On click. And then we'll just do if is sign up is true, then we'll just do set is sign up to false and then return our function. So if I press sign up and on the second press, it should create the user, right? Does that make sense? All right, yeah. All right, and then if I press login, and then if it's at the login form and I press login, it should log the user. So let's do that real quick. So we do need to make two functions. We need to make the create user with email and password and sign in user with email and password. I'm just gonna do it in one file. I know it's not correct, but then we can kind of refactor it later. So let's look up the documentation. Firebase sign in. Wait, Firebase create user with email and password. There's some nice Firebase documentation. I'll put that in the README. There you go. And then create password-based account. So it used to be namespace like this, where you import the whole Firebase module, and then you grab the auth from there. But recently, since like, I don't know, it's like version 10 or something, they made it modular. So you can basically just take the authentication part instead of importing your whole Firebase library into your code. Hey, Mini, how's the size, by the way? Oh, Mini left.
Looking good. I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually I have to close this file explorer, but
Oh yeah, it's okay.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's import our package that we need. We'll just import get auth and what is this? Not sign in. We want create. So create user with email and password from Firebase auth. So we'll see that that's alive in our node modules. So if we go into our node modules, done the complete. In the node modules, if we find the Firebase module that we installed, here, you'll see that it has a bunch of stuff like app, auth, compat, database, firestore, functions, and right now we're using auth. So that's what we're using right there. Anyways, so now it says to do this. So I think we can just in the function, let's go real quick. Const let's make a create user equals async. And that should be taking some kind of no, but we have the state variables. Just wait 1 second. All right, so try catch this console dot error and the errors pop up. And then we'll do const create user attempt equals await on create user with email and password. And that we need to pass the auth module. So const auth equals get auth. So, and then that's the first thing that we pass here. And then we need to pass 2 strings. So let's pass the email and password. Those are the strings. So then we'll just pass the email inside of there. All right, now, and then we'll just console.log create user attempt here. Cool. And then here we'll just so here I think it's if is sign up. If that was false, then I would like to set it to true and then return. Maybe we can put that in 1 line. Let's just make it 1 line. A little bit cleaner. And then we can do const user equals create user. And then we need to pass the make it an await function for now. Make it async. And we need 2 pieces of state. Put it inside of here. Let's do const email set email equals new state. It's gonna be string, just empty string, const password equals set. Let's call these let's call them user email and user password. We can separate these parameters from the state variables. User confirm password, set user confirmed password. Into state string like so. So now we have 3 pieces of state that we're gonna kind of connect to our inputs. So that's user email, user password, and user confirm password. And actually, I think we went a little bit fast. So if there's any questions, please let me know. But we're not before we jump the gun on the create user. Or let's actually make sure it works first. So in create user, let's just let's pass like test at test.test. Looks like many people understand up to this point. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay. And then password here, and we'll just console.log user equals user. And that'll be the new user that we have. So let's go. So what's going on here? So right now is sign up is false. So if I press this, it turns it to true. We have our confirm password pop up. And then now if I press it again, it'll invoke this create user function with test at test.test and password. And let's sign up. Whoa. And then create user attempt. What is this bad attempt here? But it seemed like something happened, right? So user access token, everything went in. Cool. And then if we go into the Firebase place, we go into authentication, we got our new user, September 30th at this time. But I wonder what that error message was. Who knows? Maybe because we're all doing it in one file. I don't know. But anyways, try it again. Sign up test1 at test.test. Pass out. Whoops. Let's try doing test one. So sign up, sign up. All right, no error this time. I guess it's something with React, but now we should have the in our Firebase console, we should have two users. So now we have test one at test.test, and we have test at test.test. Cool. So our sign up is working. And now we need to hook it up with these values here. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna delete those users and comment these guys out. No, do I need to clean that? Yeah, let's comment it out. And I don't want to run that function yet. So now we need to hook these guys up. Let's delete those users. Count. I don't know, a lot of people when they use like test accounts, they use like guest@gmail.com. Or I like to do test.test.test so I can easily see my fake users so I can delete them really fast. Anyways, let's finish this. I'm gonna close this guy because we're working in one file. All right, now we got an input. So the first input is the email. So value equals user email. That's good. And then on change. And then I think that takes the event. And then that I think it's set user email to the e.target.value. So that should work. And it knows it's an event, so it says React. So the type is React.change event. HTML input element is the only one that's possible. So, and let's just console.log or just copy paste these two parameters for all of them. Two props. So here and then here. And this one's going to be user confirm password. Set user confirm password. And this one's going to be user password and set user password. There we go. So now if I press sign up here, I want it to log all three of my values in this screen. So I'll make const create user payload. Wait, let's just call it create user values for now. That's going to be email. No, let's call it just payload. We'll do something. Payload. And that's going to be the user email, password, user password, confirm password, user password. So now we have a create user password payload. And then if I go here, I press sign up. And if I press sign up one more time, it should give me the three values. but we should throw an error if they're all empty, right? Or if any of them are empty. So the first check we need to do is how do we do this? If sum, I think sum is good. Object dot values at create user payload dot sum uh, at the value equals empty string. If this is true, if any of the values are an empty string, we want to return out of the function alert check input values. And then also I would like to make a reset state kind of thing. And maybe instead of 3 pieces, we should have used use reducer, but save that. All right, cons reset values. Close. That'll just be a small function that just set user email back to empty, set user password back to empty, set confirm. Right, set user confirm password back to empty. And then if anything goes wrong, I'd like to reset those values. Right? We didn't follow. All right, so if I press this, check input values, I do this, sign up, check input values, they should go empty. I have 2. Cool. So this is a cool little function, object.values, and then you can dot sum is an array method. You guys can look that up. The 2 that are very similar in these cases, every would check every single value, but sum would just check, hey, if all these values, I expect them to kind of be the same or something. But if one is off, it'll like return true or false. Every is like checking every single one, the same value. Yeah. So if I put every here, it would be true, right? Yeah, that's right. Right. They're kind of like the same but opposite. And now if everything is correct, then the second check that I would like to do is I would like to make sure that password and confirm password are all good. But in a real case scenario, you probably want to match these, you probably want to make the sign up not clickable at all if these are not matching, right? So, on the, where is this button? The sign up button. I think there's disabled prop. Can you explain object.values? Oh yeah, so object.values. So I'll just explain here in my, whoops, console here. So let's just say that I have an object here and A1, B2, C3. So the keys are A, B, and C, right? And then the values are 1, 2, and 3. So it's an object, but because objects are kind of hard to iterate over, meaning hard to run a for loop on or something like that, you can turn it into an array very easily with 3 methods from object. You have object.entries, object.values, and object.keys. So they're all very similar. So if I put object.values on the obj, it'll give me an array of just the values to kind of easily because JavaScript has so many array methods that kind of help code, but it's also a reason why people do not like JavaScript because if it's an object, you kind of treat it like an object, but JavaScript makes it so that it could be an array. So and then object.keys is very similar, but to opt, it gives you the an array of the keys, so A, B, and C. So, and then 1, 2, and 3. So hopefully that explains the values to you. Is that okay? Okay. And then one that I really like to use is object.entries on obj, which gives you a 2D array. So an array of 2 pieces, and that's going to give you the key and the value in one array, which is kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever use map, but if you guys use const hash equals new map, and then hash would be like, it's like an iteratable object. It's like it came out in like ES6 or something, but you can do like hash.set on test key on test val, and then you'd have this kind of iteratable object with the key, and then you can actually say hash and then on the key of test key. It works just, oh crap, maybe, oh no, you have to do it hash.get on test key, I believe. And then it gives you test val. And then yeah, you can, there's like a bunch of things, but it's iteratable. So you can go hash.map, I think. I'm not sure. Whoops, no, I lied. Wait, how to iterate over map. I think it's the for in. Okay, it's very similar to um object, but set, and I guess the for each works on a map. Let's try that out. So you can iterate over it with for each, I guess. Yeah. So earlier on our hash dot for each, maybe we could do console.log j. It'll give us test val, and it gives us 2, right? So that's pretty powerful. I think a lot of it's I do like A and B. Console A and B. Maybe test val and test key. So I guess for each works, but but map is not a function on it. Okay. For each works. And I think for loop would work here too then. Anyways, map is pretty interesting to use. Map is very powerful. Anyways, so now, what was I doing? Oh, disabled. So if disabled, so we'll say, how would we define it being disabled? If so, if password, I'm thinking. So if set, if confirm, wait, if user password doesn't equal confirm user password, or no, user confirm password, or user password equals this, well, nothing, or if user confirm password, so we are not even allowed to touch the sign up if the password and confirm password are not, if, okay, so the first check is if they're ever not the same, that's true. It's like, don't allow them to, it's disabled. Or if user password is empty, it's disabled. Or if user confirmed password is empty, it's disabled. So if I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, it's still disabled, but 4. Okay, cool. Are we gonna add CAPTCHA in the future in case Minnie decides to try it? We might have to. We might have to. Those are from the days that everyone thought Minnie was a bot.
Bot? Yeah.
You are a bot, no?
I could be. I might be like the best bot, like so responsive. Like I'm here, talking.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
know, boys. Phil could have programmed me, dude. You guys have no idea.
So if we get past this, right? Actually we don't need confirm password because here I was gonna do the check here and then I was gonna run the delete create user payload dot confirm password like this. Must be optional. Yes. I don't know what this means. Great. The operand of a delete operator must be optional. So you have to say like, if true. What does that mean? I don't know. All right, never mind. We won't do this. We're gonna handle it before they can even press. Anyways, but what if I put delete uh create user payload dot password here? Operand of a delete operator must be optional. What does that mean? I have no idea. Let's look it up. The logic, as I understand, is the interface thing is a contract asking to have a non. Oh, then you'd have to put the type, right? Like uh, email, string, password, string. Oh, I see, because it inferred that these keys will always be there. I get it. Okay. So are we gonna add? Oh, okay. All right. Now, because TypeScript is very smart and it infers the values or the objects that it's going to be. So if we define a key here, it's going to expect that it's always going to be there. But so we'd have to make the type for it. So but it's unnecessary right now because um so this is kind of like the type that JavaScript is inferring this is going to be, and then actually confirm password is here. User confirm password. We're gonna and then confirm password. And then I would make that optional. And then at this point, it would be delete create user payload at the confirm password. And that would work. But I don't think we need to use the delete anymore because I was gonna handle an alert message here. But because we blocked the sign up anyways, if the passwords don't match, I don't even think we need this here. So cool. Let's get rid of that and JavaScript and TypeScript automatically infers this type on this object. So this is not even necessary, even on the state variables as well. But anyways, so now if we get past all these checks and we get to the create password payload, then we can actually just get the create user, wait, what is this? Create user payload dot email. I thought we had to pass object here, but it's so the payload doesn't even make sense, but it's okay. It's clean. Dot password. And then we'll just console.log the new user. So this is our logic on lines 122 through 143. If the sign up is false, we turn it into a sign up form. And then we make our payload that we need to make sure the data is valid or whatever. And I thought this was taking an object, but it's not. It's taking two. But anyways, oh, it's good for this one. So if object.values, so it's only two anyways, but dot sum, and if any of those values are empty, oh, we need the confirm password anyways. Yeah, this part. Sorry. User confirm password. Let me just add that to confirm password string, and then we wouldn't need to delete because it's two different anyways. So and then if any of these are empty, then we reset the values and we say check input values, and then we have our create user payload, and then we invoke our create user, and then we get our new user. So let's check if that's working. We have no users in here yet, I think, right? So then, oof, I messed up. Um, Whoops. Sign up form. Sign up form is always going to be kind of necessary then, right? Thinking. I'm thinking now. Us. How should we do this then? We run a function inside of here that returns true. Is it possible? No. Never mind. Let's just handle it all over here. We have a sign up form. All right. And then if create user payload dot password doesn't equal create user payload dot confirm password, we would like to reset values and return alert check password. Let's go. Password and confirm password. Password do not match. All right, so go here. Let's go test at test.test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now if I press sign up, password and confirm password do not match. That's kind of what we wanted. And then now, so nothing went into here. Oops. And then if we did one more time, so test at test.test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, test star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, test star. Sign up, create user. Okay, something happened here, but create user, I think that's a bug in React or whatever, because it's making two attempts maybe on the post. I don't know. But I know that this guy will be in here now. So now we have tested test.test, and we have a new user. So our create user logic is finished. Now we can actually do like this. Const is signed in, set is signed in, equals use state, and then on Boolean false. We can just, if everything's successful here, so here we can say if user, so if it came back true, then we can set signed into true. Oh. Just set user, set is signed into true. And then in our auth screen, all right. We just do here if is signed in, we need to return is welcome. Time and test one at test.test password. Cool. So welcome user. Nice. So cool. And we don't have any like global state management or context in here, so let's just keep it like this, and then let's just make sure the login works now as well. So let's go back to our documentation. And then we got through create user. Now we got to sign in with email and password. So sign in with email and password. And then we'll just put it on the function here. If is sign up is false, set sign up to false, and then let's make this one line too. So, and we'll start our logic here. So we'll just do const sign in attempt equals await. We think actually I'm thinking we can pass these guys from app, and then we can pass as is signed in or set is signed in. That's going to be set is signed in. That's going to be our boy. No, I did it in the wrong place. No, that's not the right place. Sorry. Here. That is signed in. Do it to any now. Fuck it. And then set is signed in. Set is signed in. And then we'll put the controller here. If is signed in, we'll return this. And actually, maybe it'll just be user, set user. And we'll pass set user here. And set user. And then we'll do just wait here. Let's wait. Set user. Set user to user. All right. And then they should have like a user type from Firebase. Type void. Why is it type void? Oh, because create user is not ever. Sorry. That's what the error was. Then do user. And we'd actually have to return create user attempt. There we are. User put down show and add a promise. Or it's undefined again. Okay, just copy paste this. Just TypeScript being annoying, but it's fine. All right, now user is actually user credential. User credential or undefined. And then from here, we can do if user set user to user. And our naming is kind of really bad, so I'll just call this Firebase user. Now that should work a little bit better. And now we'll have access to things inside of our actual main screen. And that's not going to be a boolean anymore. That's going to be user credential or null. Pass it at null. Cool. I know that was a lot of debugging just now and just changing some stuff, but it's yeah. I think there's a React that's set state action on any. And then that set state action will be on user credential or null. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So on the set state, I think there's a type coming from React. It's like the correct way to do it. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest. But anyways. So now we refresh. And let's try to log the user in. Oh, set user. Set state to type set state user credential. Wait, so oh crap. You gotta do this whole type here. What? React dot. React dot. All right. And the reason why I did this, you could actually just import them straight away from. Oh crap! What did I just do? Yeah. All right. You can import them straight away from React, like dispatch, set state action, and then you can get rid of this dot notation here. But we're all good. I'm not using that one anymore. So sign in with email password. Let's check here. So on the sign in attempt, we await on the sign in. Let's just put it on here. Here we'll do const auth, and if it gets passed, we'll do const auth equals get auth. And then what we do is pass auth and then the user email and user password, I believe. And that will if sign in attempt, we can say set user on the sign in attempt. Let's just log it so we can sure. Fingers are getting a workout. All right. All right, now let's do I think I put test1 at test.test and then the password is password. If I log in, I should log in and close that. And I should this user credential has a user object and that's my token and it says welcome user. And then actually now inside of here, inside of our main guy, where is it? Here, welcome user. We could actually do like JSON.stringify on the user object. And we'll see like a bunch of user information. So that is how you do sign up user and login user. I hope you guys had a good time. Minnie, or that was like that's
Awesome,
about
guys. Thank you
it for that's
for
it for
joining
today.
us.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now that we finished, we're gonna hang out a little bit here. If you guys have any questions or if you guys want to just kick in and talk a little bit about life, whatever it is, just stick around and you can unmute even if you want.
Yeah.
Or you can use the chat. It's all good. We're
Or
here.
if there's any questions from here, I can answer too.
Oh, for
Like
sure, yeah.
Yeah, because
definitely.
I think we went through a lot, to be honest.
We did actually.
Yeah. But we can split this up. I know this is all in one file. I'll push this code right now. Um,
Right.
all right. Good night, Jocelyn.
Good night, Jocelyn. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, what did you guys think, or anyone?
I mean, I thought it was a very useful thing, you know? It's like
Yeah,
a standard for almost every company.
definitely we
Yo,
did a
man.
lot. Sign up and log in.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, how's it going?
Oh, what's up, Salvador? How are you, dude? How's
Good.
Vietnam?
Yeah, sorry, I joined late and missed a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
dude,
good, man.
it's all good. So,
Mustafa?
Mustafa, new challenge this week. I'm up for it. Yeah, just ask me any questions in the chat. Like if you guys you know, have any issues with it or whatever. Um, Firebase is very interesting. Like it's like it carries over into like Supabase or Keycloak or anything like that, really. Like usually all the authentication layers are kind of similar. So, and the easiest one, I think, Google is like a lot of employees, right? So they kind of create like the standard. And I like Firebase is a very popular SDK for you guys to work with. Hope you guys learned something. I had some fun.
Yeah, it was it's a very good way of doing authentication.
Yeah.
You
You
think
get
it's
all
standard way? Do you think these days?
not well, I mean just not just Firebase, but I mean yeah, like I mean you get back a user in the database or whatever, then you get back some token that you can start. So you get back an ID token, which is actually the JWT token, right? This long ass thing here. Um, hold on. This long ass thing here. Let me just copy paste it. And if I copy paste or copy, and then I go to like jwt.io, should be able to decode it. And it tells me the information about myself here. And this is how you can protect your server later, where you can send this JWT token in your headers and then decode it and make sure they're a user in your database, or you can put some secret in there. And now I know this guy's user ID, this guy's email, and all this kind of stuff. Good morning. Yes. Oh, it's morning. All right, later, Alex.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining. Mustafa, thank you too. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. But yeah, I mean actually like Firebase is I mean the it's fun.
This can I ask a question?
No. Yes, of course you
Okay. This JW the token you copied and pasted.
yes.
Do you have some like access key to be able to see this, or anybody can see this?
No, anybody can see it. Like there's no secret key here yet, but you have to set it in your settings later.
So now,
Right now,
so
anybody without a secret key. So as you can see, I don't have a
what
verify signature token
what's
on
the purpose of this JWT token?
to kind of just give you the user information about the what Google has about you. But later on in a real implementation, you'd put a secret in here, right? And then you'd run the Firebase verify token on your server. So the
Oh,
implementation,
so oh,
yeah,
so mm, so if you have like admin page and like public page, you would,
yeah,
uh
definitely. And then honestly, it just like there's
oh, is
inside.
that how the API keys work? You have to have some API key and then you
That's right.
can
That's
access some parts of the page that you have no access to.
exactly that's how API keys work. But Yeah, like right now the Firebase ID token, it doesn't have any secret in it right now. But in a real life scenario, you'd probably put a secret in and make sure, because there is a function that you put in Node.js or like a middleware called Firebase verify token. And then this one would and then on the server in a middleware or whatever, when the to protect your server, you would probably put like where is it? You'd probably want to like get the ID token, and then you'd want to inside of your server, you'd want to verify the ID token is valid, and then only if it's valid, then you let them hit your API, right? And if not, you throw a 401 error, right? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get auth verify ID token.
And
So
then
what is this verify ID token is doing, you know?
it's basically just doing this JWT thing right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But then later on, when you create this user or whatever inside of your settings, inside of your app, inside of
Mm-hmm.
the Firebase console, you can put a secret inside of the token, so there it's not so easily decoded,
Mm,
right? Because
I see.
actually, right now, it
So
doesn't make
so
sense.
right now, if you go to your Firebase and then give some permissions, we cannot access this in this
Yeah.
JWT thing, right?
Right. Exactly. But for today's purposes, I did not do that. How do you set up, once you get users authenticated, how do you set up or give what users have access to after the login screen? You can put like, what is this? But when you make the token, you can actually put, what do you call it? Custom claims inside of your token. So then inside of that token, you can actually put any kind of data you want, right? You can put like, is admin or, um, is user, and then when it gets decoded, you kind of put these guys together, and then you say verify ID token, and then once you decode the token, you can kind of give them, and then from that decoded information, you can kind of like, oh, if this user is not admin, take them back to like give them an error message and kind of stuff like that. So this is all like server related stuff that you kind of protect your things with, protect the APIs, and you have the decoded token values there. Does that answer your question? But like you'd make up your own scheme or whatever, your own strategies. So you'd have like I don't know, like I don't know. What I usually do is I put like a roll, and then I have like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the higher it goes, the more access they have. And then you can just put a conditional if roll user dot roll is less than 4, don't let them be in here, and things like that. Does that answer your question, Kevin saying?
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. And if you have any more questions, just let me know. All right,
All right,
later,
Kyle,
Kyle.
thank you for joining us. Appreciate you.
All right, cool. I feel like today it was I hope it didn't go over people's heads because I think random users and stuff like that was like last week's. It
Right,
was
right,
it was more visual, but
right.
this one was like a little bit more like behind the scenes, I feel.
Yes, for sure.
But I don't know. I like
Oh,
this is the most important thing I think because if people
oh,
like
for sure.
basically I always think onboarding is the most important thing because later on when they get into the meat of the app and
Hmm.
the user has to start saving things about themselves or their profile.
Yeah,
Then later on, if those user IDs get messed up, and if that's not solid, then the rest of the app all breaks, right?
right.
So yeah, this one's pretty important, I think. Most important actually. But it's fun. Anyone have any other questions? No? Okay.
It was good, dude. I think you know, when I was coming up, like I was so bad at authentication, dude, until, you know, I learned about this stuff. I didn't know the standard way to do it, so
Firebase is it's a really good way to kind of learn it, you know?
it's it's good for
Yes.
testing too, right? Like when you're making your own app.
Of course, and there's so much so much documentation on it that it really
Yeah.
helps.
Right, right.
What's the other one? The popular one, Auth 2 or Auth
Auth
0?
2.0 Auth 2.0 and like I think the one that's like very Firebase related is Supabase, right?
Superbase. Firebase use Superbase under the hood.
No, Supabase is the Firebase alternative that uses an SQL database.
Oh, okay.
Firebase
Oh, I
uses
see.
no SQL database.
Oh,
But
yeah, I
Supabase is
knew.
good. Yeah. I don't know, I've never used it, but I
Yeah,
hear
me
it.
too.
Yeah. But I like this one. I use it at my old company called Keycloak. So it's like running your own Firebase server kind of thing, or like this Auth 2.0 thing with like the JWT token and you can store them. So it's not like using someone else's, but you just run your own authentication server. It's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's good that we have like Auth libraries now, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and all the security, and then we can just focus on building the app. Don't have to worry about the security.
Exactly. It's just like about like putting the pieces together, you know? Because
Yeah,
like if you just start rolling out your own authentication and stuff, yes, it might be really cool, but
like reinventing the wheel, man.
yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, you know what I mean? Like
But you have to understand how it works
exactly,
to be able to take full advantage of all the use cases.
definitely. But next week, what should we do next week? You think, Minnie?
I think maybe we can combine the two, maybe.
Maybe we can combine the two. Maybe we can make a simple chat room,
We can make that, yeah. That'd be pretty cool. Like an actual project.
like a small little chat room with sockets and stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, yeah, it'll be our 5th week doing this.
I think that's a milestone, dude. We
Yeah,
didn't know it
well,
was gonna be like this,
actually,
but
today's a milestone because it's the 4th time. It's 1 month of
true,
this free
true, true.
publishing. Yeah.